After 7 years in the championship, ranging from 2014 to 2021, to then get promoted and now become an established Premier League team, Brentford has been an incredible story in English football, mostly because of Thomas Frank. The Danish coach who has been managing Brentford since 2018 has become one of the most respected coaches in the league, known to create a lineup that can upset any big side on their day. Their scouts are known to find top talents for lower prices so that Frank can get the best out of them and sell them on for good money, like Raya for example. The Arsenal goalkeeper was purchased for 3.5 million, only to be sold for around 30 in the end. Ivan Toney was purchased for 5 million and sold for 42. This model has been a key to the success of Brentford in the past 10 years. However, it has not led to any major trophies yet. Established in 1889, it's about time that after 136 years, Brentford now aims for trophies and European football. And the best way to start this Brentford rebuild and to showcase where they are right now is to utilize the live start points. Brentford 11th right now with 29 games played, 41 points. Currently, the squad's top scorer and most valued player is Brian Mbeumo, 82 rated, 15 goals and 6 assists for a team that is sat this low in the league table. That is pretty impressive. On top of it, Vissa comes in with 15 goals and 2 assists for himself, with Kevin Schade, the talented left winger, with 8 and 2. Those are the top 3 players in terms of goal scoring, but for the assists, it is Mikkel Damsgaard, 24 years old, used to be a winger, now a centre midfielder, 3 goals and 10 assists on his name. Pretty impressive if you ask me. But let's talk about my goals with Brentford. First of all, I want to win 10 major trophies with Brentford during this rebuild. And on top of it, I want a Danish player to win the Ballon d'Or while he plays for our team. To start things off, we're going to run it in a 4-2-1-3 formation, which seems to be perfect for this team. Normally, Thomas Frank actually plays a 4-2-3-1, but for us, this is the perfect way to run this lineup. Damsgaard goes up to a 79 in this position once we change his position. Norgard is one of the top performers in the team as well, 31-year-old Danish player, and Danes love Brentford. We will be buying a bunch of Danes into this team as well, don't you worry. In defense, we will have a left wing turned left back Lewis Potter in there with Pinnock, Collins and Ayer, 6'5" tall giant in the right back position. I'm fully assuming Lewis Potter is allowed to move forward and Ayer slots back in, forming a back 3 at times. And then in the goalkeeping position, we have Flecken with Igor Thiago on the bench, an extremely talented young striker who in Belgium was on fire, scoring goals for fun. And that is why Brentford signed him, due to obviously their incredible scouts and all the data that they use. They know about these players instantly. Carvalho, bought from Liverpool, obviously, alongside Vandenberg in the same transfer window. Jensen is here. We have a very talented right back in Coyote who came in from Fiorentina, if I'm not mistaken. He was doing really well over there in Italy. And on the reserves, we also still have some very talented players, including Konak right here, who's just 19 years old. But now the question is, what can Brentford achieve this season without us making any transfers, since we're in March already? Real quick, Brentford has a buy option on Coyote, and we have now just activated it for the next season. Brentford finishes the season in the 10th position with 53 points ahead of Manchester United. Quite impressive if you ask me. And at the top of it, well, the game predicts that Liverpool will win the title, so I'm hoping that's how it's gonna go. But let's get to our team, all right? Let's understand that a bunch of these players have gone up slightly, maybe a little bit more in some positions, but generally speaking, this team will be pretty much unchanged as we go into the next season. And as we go into the next season, I need to make plans of how I can utilize these players in the best way possible. I'm already thinking about loaning out players like Carvalho, loaning out players like Coyote to bring them back later on and get the best out of them so that they don't lose their potential. But then at the same time, I'm also looking at some of the age profile in the team with Pinnock now 31 years old. We have Norgard 31 years old. We have to be very, very aware of how this squad is built in terms of age demographic. And in terms of goals, Vissa comes in with 23 and 3, Mbeumo with 17 and 9, Kevin Schade ends the season with 9 and 2, Damsgaard gets a couple more goals and one more assist to his name before we end the season, and I believe he should be a cam right now, so that means he probably, he's gone up to a 79 rating, which we will take on board as we go into our first full season with Brentford. Before our season ended though, I went ahead and signed someone for 34.5 million, and obviously my first signing had to be someone Danish. It worked out at Atalanta, but it didn't at Manchester United. So Rasmus Højlund is the striker, the new striker for 28 million that Brentford have now purchased for the new season. And this signing does not mean that Vissa is dropping onto the bench yet. He still can put up a fight, and he will, and I know that. But Højlund now comes in as a Danish striker, 22 years old, 6'3" tall. We have all seen how good he can be in that season at Atalanta. And right now in the Premier League, playing for Manchester United, the pressure might just be getting to him. He comes in with rapid, flair, quick step, and obviously some great stats on him, and possibly could be one of our candidates to go ahead and win the Ballon d'Or. But we still have many positions that we can go after for that as well. Our budget going into Season 2 is about 56 million, which has been propped up by the sales of Rörslev, Onyeka, Ben Mee, Yunus Emre being loaned out alongside some of the others that you can see here. Kayode out on loan to Juventus, Igor Thiago on loan to Manchester United. So technically, we have United striker and they have ours. Let's see which one performs better. Matthew Cox coming in on a loan. Gustavo Nunez as well, actually going out on a loan. And Carvalho has gone out to Bournemouth as we speak because Damsgaard is too good. He will be playing all the time. So let's spend the money on Hjulmand from Sporting, another Danish player. And yes, I won't be signing just Danish players, don't worry. But we are bringing in a core of Danish players because every time I see in the comments that I should rebuild Brentford, it's always people saying just buy Danish players only. But obviously they don't do that in real life, so I'm not going to do it myself. We have brought him in for 50 million, which is basically our entire budget. And he's going to play instead of Janolt in that CDM position. Norgard is right-footed, 3-star weak foot. Hjulmand, 3-star weak foot. It's okay. He comes in with 71 pace, 78 shooting, 79 passing, 79 dribbling, 81 defending, and 85 physicality, standing 6'1" tall. And block, intercept, relentless play styles on top. That is the key signing for this season. It's not even Højlund, it is Hjulmand. Brentford ends the season in the 7th position this time with 61 points and I believe qualifying for Conference League football. So congratulations to us. Manchester City wins the title. We'll come for that one at some point. When it comes to the squad, we are looking at an 85 rated Mbeumo, 81 rated Vissa, being chased down by Højlund, who's now up to an 80. Damsgaard 81 rated, Norgard 79 despite being 32. But Hjulmand, the new signing, is an 86 rated player now, which is amazing to see. Highest rated player in our team. And defensively, we are seeing some growth in certain places. Vandenberg now taking over the position from Pinnock, who is, I believe, 32, 33 now. So that could be quite a partnership between these two lads, Collins and Vandenberg, with Ayer on a 76. Probably will replace him next season with Kayode, who's going to come back from his loan deal. Flecken, 32 years old, 80 rated. Good enough for now, but we have to be aware of the fact that we probably have to replace him as well soon. And the same goes for Norgard, who's obviously a beast. For now, actually, we do have Hickey, who can take over that right back position and probably played a bunch of games. 23 years old, Scottish right back. Could be someone for the future. And the top scorer is in fact Mbeumo, 27 and 7, Vissa 11 and 6, Hjulmand from CDM with 6 and 7, Schade steps up, and we also have Damsgaard doing well. Where the hell is Højlund? Dude, just 1 goal in 6 games. He should have gotten a bit more playtime. And on the other side, Igor Thiago only played 2 games for Manchester United, so technically both of them struggling. All right, Højlund, we might have an issue. He has requested a transfer request already, which puts us into a very odd position. I wanted to keep a hold of this guy and have him as part of this Brentford project, But if you don't believe in this project, and if you cannot take over from Visa, buddy, well, you might have to leave. I'm okay with it. And now for 40 million, Højlund. Thanks for coming in for 20 odd and leaving. Brentford is actually doing exactly what they're doing in real life. Buying cheap, selling high. Hey, if that's what it is what it is. Take away my Højlund. Give me Chris Hada from Sporting. Yes, we now have 2 Danish players from Sporting joining Thomas Frank. He's a happy boy. Konrad Hada coming in. Now, did I say Chris Hada? Konrad Hada comes in for 36 million right now. And he's 78 rated. Now, I won't make the same mistake twice. Even though I could put him onto the bench immediately and just have him try to catch up to Visa, I think the smart play this time around is to send him out on loan so that he gets playtime somewhere else and is happy with that until Visa is not growing anymore, and then he can come in and take over. I think that's the best way to do it. But that also means I'm going to recall Thiago from Manchester United so he can sit on the bench this time. Let's keep spending money. Let's keep buying Danish players. I know this is getting mental, but we have now just signed Jorgensen as a goalkeeper. It just presents itself, you know, when you have this whole Danish thing. I get it, why people comment about it, but Konrad Hada has gone out on loan to Liverpool out of all teams. That could be bad for us. He could score against us, but Jorgensen now comes in for 28.5 million, which is a very reasonable price when you consider that he's actually higher rated than Flecken. 24 years old, he'll be fighting for that position, 6'4", far throw playstyle on him. Flecken now is already 33. But as you can tell, Igor Thiago is back into the team, and I think next up, we need to find someone to take over Norgaard's position down the line. To buy more players, we sold Rico Henry for 12.7, Matthias Jensen for 9.8, Ayer for 6.7, and obviously Hada is out on loan at Liverpool, leaving us with a budget of about 50 million. Well, I think we might have done a little bit better than just someone for the future. Johnny is now joining into the team. Brentford have signed Real Betis' American midfielder Johnny Cardoso now is the new player at Brentford. Another one that probably a lot of people don't know of. So he's coming in for 33 million, which is a lot of money for a team like Brentford, but they play Premier League football and the Premier League pays well. We have Norgaard now dropping onto the bench, which is totally fine. Don't panic. We have Cardoso coming in with a +2 overall over Norgaard. 73 pace, 70 shooting, 76 passing, 76 dribbling, and on top of it, of course, 80 defending with 72 physicality, 6'1" tall, with a playstyle that I love. Intercept on him. Cardoso, welcome to Brentford. So this season, Brentford has finished in the 3rd position in the league stages of the Conference League, to then play in the round of 16 against Rapid Wien and beat them 2-0, then move over to the quarterfinals and lose to Wolfsburg, which is quite disappointing. And when it comes to the Premier League itself, we've actually dropped into the 8th position, 61 points on our team, with Liverpool winning the title. And if I remember correctly, our striker youngster is playing for them. However, he's not part of the top scorers, as I can see right here. Only Liverpool player is Szoboszlai with 17 goals, so I'm assuming he didn't start for them. And when it comes to the FA Cup, we didn't win it. And the Carabao Cup, oh, we actually won our first trophy against Everton. Brentford have won their first major trophy after 136 years. That is amazing. 1 in the bank. Now 9 to go. And here's the team that has achieved that. Visa on the 81, kind of stuck on it, now 30 years old. And Buemo up to an 85. Damsgaard 83. We have Cardoso on an 84 with Hjulmand. That CDM position is the best spot in our team, as we can tell. Defensively, both centre-backs have gone up a little bit. Iki is injured, down to a 77 rating now. And Lewis Potter on a 78. I feel like this is a very important stage now. We want to qualify for Europa League football up next if possible. And for that, I feel we need to spend big going into the next season and make some very harsh decisions. Statistically speaking, surprise, Kevin Schade at the top, 30 and 11, and was actually thinking of replacing him going into the next season. We'll see about that. Visa 29 and 7, great. And Buemo 26 and 13, Hjulmand 11 and 12. We have a bunch of very high goal scorers. And then we have Hada on 16 games, he has 9 goals and 4 assists. He's now an 82 rated player. And that tells me we should probably get this guy back into our team. Going into this year, we are blessed with about 55 million after sorting out wages. So I decided to sort out the defense with the signing of Maxim de Kuiper, a very talented fullback who loves to move forward, same as Potter. Potter, buddy, I'm sorry. I'll have to take you out of this squad. 33.5 million we have spent on this deal to go through, and it is a nice upgrade, a +4 upgrade for that left back position. And by the way, Coyote is back from his loan deal at Juventus, now a 78 rated 22-year-old right back for the team. I think if things go well, we can actually hold on to this defense for years to come. But De Kuiper now comes in with 80 pace, 77 shooting, 82 passing, 82 dribbling, 76 defending, and 76 physicality. And he has the long ball pass, whipped pass, and the jockey on top. We have a quality player in him now joining Brentford. Now it's time to put Thiago onto the transfer list and bring back, yes, Konrad Harder is now back, and he's going to become our main striker in the team, taking over from Vissa. And Vissa can be our incredible backup. That's the way we're going to roll. He is the Danish striker that I think we can turn into a Ballon d'Or winner. I've just let go of Potter for 13.3, Thiago for 12.4, Hickey for 10.4, taking our budget back up to 55 million. So it was time for us to go ahead and engage with a transfer that would transform our team. It is Antonio Nusa. The man comes in for Kevin Schade plus 14 million. We're keeping it Scandinavian right now, bringing him in for an 84 rating, a big upgrade, a +4 upgrade. Oh, Vissa, he's much higher rated as a winger. Huh, I'll keep that in mind. But let's bring in Nusa onto that left wing. He also goes up in that position. By how much? Actually, he doesn't. Anyways, 84 rated right now, 96 pace, 76 shooting, 79 passing, 85 dribbling. He does have technical flair, quick step, so many great things about him. And in the name of Norgard, who is about to retire after this season, not the Norwegian. Oh, wow. For one second, I thought he was Norwegian. Anyways, forget about it. In the name of Ayer, who I believe was Norwegian, we have brought in Nusa. Okay, let's pretend. Brentford now moved into the 6th position with 59 points this season, with Newcastle winning the Premier League title. On top of all of this, we are sadly not looking at a trophy in the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. And I feel like after this season specifically, things will change. And I don't mean that necessarily for the starting 11, because the starting 11 is amazing. Damsgaard, I don't know, he's not necessarily growing anymore, so that could turn into a bit of an issue. But Harder is now on an 84 rating. Vissa I've turned into a left wing to support the players on the wings. We also have Carvalho back from his loan now, up to an 81 rating, which is interesting. Defensively, Collins is kind of stuck on that 81, which isn't ideal. De Kuiper has gone up, which is good. Coyote has gone up to an 82. Jorgensen is solid, and Hjulmand is on a 90 freaking 1. So I'm very happy with all those things, but I need more trophies, man. I am still 9 trophies short of achieving what I wanted. And this season, Mbeumo is the top scorer with Nusa, and then it is Harder, and then Vissa as a backup left wing or possibly striker has done quite well too. And I just realized one thing. Carvalho, 7 and 2. Damsgaard, 2 and 8. Damsgaard has played more games. He has more assists. I get it, but I'm kind of disappointed with the cam position. I feel like I need an upgrade there. I'm going to keep Damsgaard, and I'm probably going to put Carvalho into a deal plus money to get someone insane. Damsgaard, you're actually safe, possibly. Thomas Araujo from Benfica is now joining into our team because the Collins issue I felt like was bigger. Here we go. He comes in for Collins plus 22.6 million, which is a deal, in my opinion, that might transform this team. Araujo comes in at an 84 rating right now, 26 years old, same age as Vandenberg. Both can grow alongside each other, and I still have a lot of faith in Coyote, and I want to keep him in the starting 11. He's only 23. When I look at Damsgaard, I went into the development plans, and I saw he can still grow. So I might just possibly keep him in that position. But if this team right here does not manage to get Champions League football this season, or at least win a trophy, we are letting go of a couple of the originals. It just has to happen. Right, we obviously need to go ahead and bring in some backups. Vuskovic, an extremely talented Croatian centre-back, is now joining us from the likes of Spurs. Thomas Frank sees his talent and wants him to be part of this team. 24 million I have paid for this one. My budget was this season about 60. So we have brought this guy in because I don't have any centre-backs as backups, and that is not a good thing. So let's put him in there. Vuskovic comes in at the age of 21 only, 6'4" tall, long ball pass and aerial on him, with some really, really good stats in general. Hopefully, he can back up the likes of Araujo and Van den Berg in a good way. You will be truly amazed by Brentford's performances this season. First of all, we have come in second behind Manchester City by just 1 point. Our goal difference was better than theirs. Guardiola, I'm chasing you down. On top of it, the FA Cup has been won against Manchester City, making it 2 trophies for Brentford in total. And the Carabao Cup against Spurs in a 3-0 victory, making it 3 now. This team is on fire. But it doesn't end there, bro. This was one of the best seasons we ever had. We played in Europa League football, and we have beaten Union Berlin in the finale. I don't know how Union Berlin made it that far, but at the same time, Brentford shouldn't be here. So congratulations for both of them for making it there. But at the end of the day, that now makes it 3 trophies this season alone and 4 in total. And I was about to say, what is the team looking like? Who was responsible for this? Nusa on a 91, Hjulmand on a 92 as we speak. The defense has blown up in rating. Amazing stuff. That's what we needed. Jorgensen now 88 rated. He was stuck for 1 or 2 seasons. And Buemo on the 90, now as a 29-year-old player. And the Danish striker Harder is on an 88 with Damsgaard on an 87. I told you he was continuing to grow, so I decided to keep a hold of him, and it has paid off this season. I need to see who is the one to do this. It was Konrad Harder with 32 and 3. I feel like I've said Chris Harder multiple times in this video. I'm sorry. But anyways, Mbuemo 25 and 12, Damsgaard 19 and 16, Nusa 16 and 12, Hjulmand 13 and 9, and Cardoso has 14 assists from CDM, which is very impressive. I absolutely love this team. Having 4 trophies is not enough, and Brentford decided it's about time. We're gonna win the Prem, 88 points ahead of Liverpool and everyone else. Exceptional from the team. In the FA Community Shield, we did get beat. In the FA Cup, well, we didn't make it to the finale, and the Carabao Cup belongs to Manchester United. So we only have 1 trophy, making it 5 in total this season. Because in the Champions League, we came in 18th, just next to PSG. In the playoffs, we played against AS Monaco and got beat. A team that I just had rebuilt. Check it out if you haven't already. They have an insane squad filled with so many talents that I didn't even have to make any transfers. And this is how the team is looking. 93 rated Nusa. We have a 90 rated Konrad Harder. We have Mbuemo on a 91. Damsgaard is going to get there soon enough. Cardoso is past it alongside Hjulmand. The defense looks incredible now with Jorgensen on a 90 as well. And the bench is quite solid too. And the main guy this season has clearly been Mbuemo. 39 and 10 is extremely impressive. Nusa steps up. Harder steps up. Even Carvalho, who apparently played 42 games as a substitute. That's quite impressive. Damsgaard, 58 games, 16 goal contributions. Well done. And I've done all of that while still having 143 million in the budget. So I could have spent it and done even better, which I probably should do about now. So I did spend it. First of all, striker Geronimo Domina for 40 million. Then a right back and left back in Alexandre Lopez, 40 million for him. Sindre Valle Egeli, who is a Norwegian winger who comes into our team for 30 million. And then Juan Figueroa for 15 million as a CDM backup. Let's take a look at their stats. So Domina comes in with 88 pace, 84 shooting, 4-star skill moves. rapid playstyle on him as well. I don't think I ever used this guy. He looks insane. So hopefully in another rebuild, he can actually be my main striker. Then Egeli comes in as a Norwegian, 3-star, left-footed, 5'11". He goes onto the bench instead of Vissa, who is now declining down to a 78 rating. Then we have Gustavo Nunez, who has been here since the beginning. He's a Brentford player. We loaned him out a couple of times, and now he's a 77. Figueroa is here, 22 years old, really well-balanced stats, 5'8", with the playstyle of intercept. And then we have Lopez coming in as a right back / left back who can also apparently play right midfield, 89 pace on him, some good defensive and physical stats. And yeah, no play styles, but that's okay. With that, our bench now looks much better. And just one thing I realized just now is the fact that in the Europa League season where we had won it against Union Berlin, the season after, we have actually won the UEFA Super Cup. So I'm actually going to count that in because that is some decent trophy. That's 6 trophies now for Brentford. With the 6 trophies in the bag, let's start off a bit small. Brighton against Brentford in the FA Community Shield. We have won it. I'm not going to count it as a major trophy, though. The Carabao Cup winners are Brentford once more against Sheffield United. The FA Cup also belongs to us up against Spurs. And in the Premier League, we have won that title as well, ahead of Newcastle United, adding up 3 trophies to the 6, making it 9. And guess what? Brentford were 9th. So that meant we had to play in the playoffs of the Champions League. Stepped up against Sevilla, beat them 4-0. Round of 16, we went up against the likes of PSG and beat them 3-0 after the first game's result being 0-0. Then quarterfinals, we beat the likes of Juventus 4-1 on aggregate. And in the semi-finals against AC Milan, a 2-0 victory in the first game was enough for us to now face Bayer Leverkusen. A very strong squad at this point, I would assume. So let's see the team that has done all of this. Nusa on a 94 now, possibly joint highest rated player in our team alongside Hjulmand. GG's on that. Hada is now on a 92, Mbeumo 93, Damsgaard 92 now as a 30-year-old player. Cardoso on a 92. Defensively, everyone above 90, including Coyote and Jorgensen now on that 92 as well, with some really, really solid bench players. Vuskovic being the highest rated one alongside Carvalho. So I'm very happy with the team that we have built. But the question is, and one of the objectives was to have a Danish player win the Ballon d'Or. Damsgaard and also Hada could be up for it. It's possibly going to be Konrad Hada, 46-3. Extremely impressive. But the numbers of Mbeumo and Nusa are crazy as well. Mbeumo comes in with 44 goal contributions. Nusa comes in with 40 for himself. Damsgaard with 26. I'm very impressed by this, and good to see that Domina has gotten a bunch of goals as well. Hjulmand 5-11. It is about time that we step onto the pitch and see how good this Brentford side really is. All right, Brentford, let's see how this one goes for us. I'm really, really hoping that I can put up a good performance. This Brentford side has been incredible. Never won a major trophy. Now they're trying to win their 10th. As Nusa fails to get past the first one. Leverkusen, by the way, with Vlahovic, Adeyemi, Wirtz. What a freaking attack. Leon, Locatelli, Zaire Emery, Lamine Yamal. Bro, oh my god. Their team is crazy. Burkhardt on the bench. Okay, yeah, this is going to be interesting. Nice. Go on, Hada. Get past him, son. Show me that Danish strength. Strikes it. What a save by Restes. I thought that was in. Coyote. Solid work from our right back. Into Hada. He cuts in. Hits it again. And this time he misses the target. Okay, 2 chances wasted. Lovely ball into Nusa. He's through and he bangs it. Top bins. Nusa writes his name onto the nominees for the Ballon d'Or with that strike. Brentford are quite dominant considering how insane our opponent's team is. Well done. The pass coming in from the midfield and the finish on his left foot makes it look easy. Great movement. Damsgaard sends through Hada. Come on, son. Get your goal. Get your goal. Bottom right corner. Damsgaard assist. And Hada with the finish. That is the Danish partnership working out perfectly. I genuinely thought Leverkusen would put up much bigger of a fight, but their defense is terrible. That back heel should have been stopped. Leon Jorgensen, good save. First chance for Leverkusen in the 39th. Beats. Ooh, that's good football. Vlahovic. That's not good enough from him. Here comes Adeyemi sprinting away from absolutely everyone. 90 plus 2. You're not going to get that past my defense. My defense has gotten a bunch of clean sheets so far this season. And they want another one as Hada just sprints away from Militao. Exceptional stuff. He wants the Ballon d'Or. He should get the Ballon d'Or. Incredible. The strength right there. The composure. Unbelievable from our new striker for Brentford. The one to lift the trophy is Hjulmand at the end of the day. He has done a great job in this game, getting an assist for the Nusa goal and setting us up for victory. What a game this has been. Now, let's find out. Can he win the Ballon d'Or? And the moment has finally come, and I question, is it going to be Nusa? Look at him. He sat in between Nusa and Mbeumo. Both of them deserved to be nominated. But Konrad Hada is the one to pick up the trophy. I'm sorry for all the times I might have called you Chris Hada for whatever reason. But lad, you are a legend, a Danish Ballon d'Or winner. Congratulations. And with that, it is officially done. Brentford have won 10 trophies, and we have now our Danish Ballon d'Or winner. Thomas Frank, you're an incredible coach. I'm excited to see what else you can achieve. Have a good one, guys. Take care and peace. Oh, actually, check out my Wrexham career mode right here.